when we think about comic books, whoa, especially Marvel ones, we usually think about Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, right? The artist and the writer, of course. But there's also something called a pencilist in comics, and also a person who can create or make the art of certain characters. Batman, Daredevil. How about the new movie that just came out with Falcon as Captain America? He drew Falcon, and he also drew what is the most famous artist comic book rendition of Dracula. Gene Colan, as I researched yesterday and basically found out about, is a guy who's completely forgotten among this space, but has created legends like that. So I think this brings up a good topic of research stuff. Look up stuff. If you like a hero or if you like any sort of art, look back at the origin of it sometimes, because I think it's so easy now, as we, I don't say change history, but make our own sometimes, or edit a character or whatever, to really think, okay, these are the guys making this guy. These are the guys making that guy. But you got to remember the origin. Gene Colan sadly died in 2011, a lot before Stan Lee, but after Kirby, if I'm not mistaken. I think Kirby died in '06 or '07. But we always talk about Kirby and Lee, but these characters are very, very important and phenomenal characters. Of course, Batman being over in DC, you're probably thinking, okay, well, that's why we don't talk with the Marvel scene. But Daredevil's phenomenal. One of my favorite comic books of all time. I've read a lot of the original ones. My grandpa owns. Love Daredevil. You have Falcon, who, by the way, is the second African-American superhero of all time. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that. I thought he came a while after. I thought War Machine and some other ones probably came first. No. He's Black Panther. 3 years later, Falcon. Pretty cool. And he created the art for Falcon. So it's just, I got to give my flowers, basically. I found out yesterday. I was like, I got to talk about this because maybe you do know. Maybe I'm the one out of the loop. And if I am, go ahead, comment down below. But if you didn't know that this guy is so influential in the comic books, I don't know what to tell you. They call him the greatest horror comic artist as well. His Dracula rendition is probably the Dracula that you think of when you look at stuff. Actually, Hotel Transylvania, that Dracula look, is probably based on Gene Colan's Dracula. They look eerily similar. Now, Marvel has since changed Dracula, which again is why I talk about, remember, with the origins, and now he kind of has white hair and has a sword and he looks like, all vicious, whatever. But I'm talking about that one that looks like, I was like your blood. That Dracula is him. It's Gene, right? At least the more cartoony version of that is Gene, right? So it's like, this guy literally shaped one of the greatest horror people. And he also made Daredevil, which is sick because there's going to be a Daredevil show coming out soon. Falcon, who, again, we just saw in a movie. And then freaking Batman. I mean, he's amazing. Shout out to Gene. Rest in peace. Found out about this last night, and I just feel like if I find out about something and I didn't know, maybe you don't know. So go look him up. Legend. There's probably some more characters I'm not even thinking of. But, yeah, they say he's the greatest horror artist in comics ever, maybe. The GOAT. Shout out to you, Gene. Rest in peace. And I will see you guys tomorrow.